The State of War 2022 has begun. The Election Commission has announced dates for elections in 5 states of Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Goa, Uttarakhand and Manipur. UP will face elections in 7 phases. Manipur will go to polls in 2 phases. On the other hand, Punjab, Goa and Uttarakhand will vote in 1 phase. The first phase of polls in UP will take place on February 10, while the final phase will take place on March 7. The elections in Uttarakhand, Punjab and Goa will be held in a single phase on February 14. The northeastern state of Manipur will go to polls in 2 phases on February 27 and March 3rd. The counting of votes will take place on March 10.
All elections of 5 states will be conducted in 7 phases. I will give you the, I will read it and I will give you.
Total 7.
Total 7. All the 5 states combined together will be completed in 7 phases. The date of counting is 10th March 2022, that is Thursday. Last time, 2017, the election was announced on 4th of January and the counting was on 11th, and here we are announcing on 8th. So we are squeezing the time also and the phases also.
Political reactions have been pouring in after the big poll date announcement by the Election Commission. Listen in.
10 मार्च 2022 को जब उत्तर प्रदेश विधानसभा चुनाव के परिणाम आएंगे तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी प्रचंड बहुमत के साथ जनता जनार्दन का आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करने में सफल होगी। इसमें कोई संदेह नहीं होना चाहिए।
इन्हीं तारीखों का इंतजार उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता कर रही थी। पिछले 5 साल में इतना अन्याय कभी नहीं देखा होगा जितना भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार में अन्याय हुआ है। डबल इंजन की सरकार जो दावा कर रही थी कि उत्तर प्रदेश का विकास किया है, उत्तर प्रदेश को अगर देखेंगे पीछे कर दिया और विकास ठप रहा। यहाँ के किसानों की आय दोगुनी नहीं हुई, महंगाई बढ़ी है, बेरोजगारी बढ़ी है, नौकरियों के झूठे प्रचार किए इन्होंने, विकास के झूठे विज्ञापन लगाए और इनका हर वादा जुमला निकला। इसलिए पूरी तरीके से उत्तर प्रदेश की जनता इनको इस बार हटाने का काम करेगी। 10 मार्च में उत्तर प्रदेश से भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सफाया होगा।
बाहर से जो ताकतें पंजाब को खराब करना चाहती थी उनको विफल किया। जो लोग पंजाब में पंजाब को बदनाम करना चाहते थे उनको पीछे मुड़ना पड़ा है। उनको पंजाब से प्यार नहीं मिला है।
Election Commission's crackdown on political rallies amidst the rising Omicron cases in India. Prioritizing COVID safety, the poll panel has banned all rallies, processions and roadshows ahead of elections in the 5 states till January 15. The Election Commission has restricted the number of voters to 1,250 per polling station and has given an option to file online nominations for candidates. The Election Commission has further announced that all polling officers will be treated as frontline workers and will be given precautionary doses, while postal ballot services will be available for all COVID positive patients.
The Commission has decided that no roadshow, padyatra, cycle, bike vehicle rally and procession shall be allowed till 15th January 2022. Commission shall subsequently review the situation and issue further instructions accordingly. So up to 15th of January, because the situation is dynamic, it is not static. No roadshow, no padyatra, no cycle, bike or vehicle rally and any procession. Similarly, no physical rally of political parties or probable candidates or any other group related to election shall be allowed till 15th January. Commission shall subsequently review the situation considering the situation of the pandemic and issue further instructions accordingly. So up to 15th of January, there is absolutely a moratorium of physical rally and physical roadshow.
अगर वर्चुअल रैली के लिए हम जाएंगे तो उन पार्टियों के लिए कहीं ना कहीं इलेक्शन कमीशन को सोचना चाहिए। जिन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के पास, जिन पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के वर्कर्स के पास अगर कोई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, वर्चुअल रैली के लिए तमाम चीज़ें नहीं है, तो आखिरकार वो कैसे करेंगे। इसलिए कहीं ना कहीं इलेक्शन कमीशन को कुछ तो सहयोग करना चाहिए, चाहे वो चैनल के माध्यम से विपक्ष के लोगों को समय ज़्यादा दें, फ्री में समय मिले। ये अगर इलेक्शन कमीशन चिन्हित करता है, निश्चित करता है, तो वर्चुअल रैली या वर्चुअल कार्यक्रम या पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज अपनी बात जनता तक पहुंचाने चाहेंगे तो ये कामयाब रहेंगे।
Kancham Tiwari, Samajwadi Party spokesperson, and Supriya Srinath, Congress spokesperson, are joining me this evening on this debate. Welcome to both of you. Mr. Tiwari, I'll come across to you first. Is it a setback to the Samajwadi Party and its campaign what the Election Commission has announced today that no physical rallies, no big road shows, no Nukkad Sabhas, etc. until January 15, because that's what your party chief is suggesting?
Good evening, Paulami, to you, the viewers, and my fellow co-panelists. The first and foremost, we welcome the decision of Election Commission to announce the poll dates for Uttar Pradesh. This is an opportunity for people of Uttar Pradesh and other states, but in Uttar Pradesh, throw out a government that has terrorized people, that has put out a pandemic of unemployment, that has demolished the morale of anyone who believes in democracy in the state, and that has continuously lied on its own agenda, be it on price rise, be it on employment, be it on farmers. So it's an opportunity for people to reverse the clock in Uttar Pradesh. As far as the virtual rallies is concerned, everybody saw it coming. And the point that our national president has made is that it must be an effort in India that every election is an opportunity to strengthen democracy. When we take this step, the role of Election Commission is to create that level playing field that makes this step a much more powerful step. At a time when BJP collects roughly 3,000 crores, that's its own declarations, from unclaimed sources, has a ability to monopolize all television channels, particularly those that are called Godi media, and has ability to twist narratives to
let's not get into
like
the name calling, Kancham Tiwari. You're making a point that the
I'm
BJP,
saying,
you
yes,
believe, is at an advantage because of the announcement that the Election Commission has made?
My final comment that with apps such as Tech Fog, which has been reported, which has the ability to create fake narratives and galvanize fake mobs, it is important that Election Commission does its bit to create the level playing field. As far as Samajwadi Party is concerned, our task is cut out. The task for Samajwadi Party is to focus on the bunyadi mudda of Uttar Pradesh, which is employment.
Okay,
okay.
So you've made your point. You've made your point. It is for the Election Commission to ensure that there is the level playing field. So, Supriya Srinath, I'll come across to you as well. BJP's GVL Narasimha Rao, a Member of Parliament, is also joining us right now. Supriya, I'll come across to you first. But do you believe that it is not a level playing field given the virtual campaign diktat of the Election Commission until January 15?
No, my name is Supriya Srinath first, and I would prefer if you pronounce it correctly. Thank you for that. I would first want to state here very categorically, even before the Election Commission announced that we would be taking precautionary measures, if you jog your memory, you will realize that our General Secretary in charge of Uttar Pradesh, Priyanka Gandhi, had already suspended any mass congregations, any mass rallies, any big programs by the Congress Party in Uttar Pradesh, because as a responsible and responsive leader to the situation, you've got to take cognizance of the situation. They cannot be super spreader events like the ones we saw in West Bengal and Assam that the BJP presided over. So we welcome it. I think this is the ground reality and you've got to live through this. However, I want to make a very important point here. And the important point is regarding fake news, false narratives, hate speeches, slander. And now there are more and more reports that are coming, and I think Mr. Tiwari quoted one of them, which is an app like Tech Fog. And I think the Election Commission, because it mentioned that they will look out for hate speeches and fake news, I think the Election Commission, especially now when there will be a lot of virtual campaigning that will happen, will have to keep a keener eye on what sort of campaign is really happening. Okay. Because a lot of the hate speech, and now we all know that Tech Fog is hugely associated with the Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJYM, its leaders are associated with it. So what kind of connivance exists between these fake news, hate speech platforms and the parties has to be looked into.
Okay.
There has to be a certain clamp down on that.
Okay, I will of course allow for the BJP to respond to that charge which you've made, and also Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, your comments on this announcement which has been made by the Election Commission that the campaign has to be completely virtual up until January 15.
Paulami, certainly whatever announcements that Election Commission has made, certainly keeping the interest of keeping the health of the people in mind, we certainly will abide by it, we welcome it. It certainly, this is not the way we have conducted elections or we have participated in elections in the past. But given the scare of the third wave, I think certainly all political parties will abide by it, because the public health is certainly a much greater concern than anything else. But as far as the questions of level playing field is concerned, but certainly whatever guidelines are in place, they will apply to every political party. And Congress party is anyway not holding any big rallies. They don't have big crowds also attending rallies in Uttar Pradesh. So they're not doing a favor by going ahead and announcing before others did.
No, that charge was specifically made by the Samajwadi Party that it's not going to be a level playing field given the sort of massive infrastructure and funds that are available with the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Can I please refute, because a direct allegation...
Samajwadi Party must understand they are one small party. They are one small party in a state. We are a national party. We are in power in close to 19 states. We are in power at the center. So we are 100 times bigger than a small party like Samajwadi Party. So therefore, we also have huge expenses which we have to incur. So if more funds have been given to the BJP, it's only natural because we are a far bigger party. But you are not constrained by funds at all. The amount of money that
so you've made your point. The Congress and the Samajwadi Party both want to come
in the income tax raids clearly shows that you are a cash-rich party.
I think it will only be perfect that now that the Election Code of Conduct is in effect, let's have a mature discussion. And I don't think anybody can belie the fact that the BJP is flushed with funds thanks to the opaque electoral bonds that they are, but that's another debate we can have another day. I specifically want to say here that it is the responsibility of every party to have COVID protocols for them, because the life of people is important, and this government has actually cost us fairly dearly when they looked the other way in West Bengal and Assam, and so I'm glad the Election Commission has taken that. However, I want to take this argument.
And let's not talk about who has the numbers or not. Khali kursiyan to aapki bhi thi na, usile to bhaga hai. Wo chhodiye wo baat. I want to say, what are the issues of this election? Is the issues going to be price rise? Yes. Will the issues be farmer unrest? Absolutely. Will issue be Ajay Mishra Teni continuing to be a minister despite his son being the name accused? Absolutely. Will the issue be how 700 farmers lost their lives? Will the issue be about lawlessness? Will the issue be about unemployment? Absolutely. If you have the courage and the wherewithal of staying in government for 7.5 years in Delhi and also for nearly 5 years in some of these states, please tell us, what is your prescription going forward?
We'll get the BJP's response on that. Let the Samajwadi Party come into what the BJP... GVL, I'll come across to you. Let the Samajwadi Party respond to what the BJP said earlier. You are a small party. The BJP is a pan-India party. Obviously, the funds are much more. The infrastructure is much more. So what are you complaining about?
I think I wear it with pride that GVL thinks that we are 100 times smaller than them, and they are 100 times bigger than that. Even then, the Prime Minister had to whitewash the campaign Abki Baar Yogi Sarkar to come and start saying that if you want Modi to win in 2024, please help BJP win. So much dependent are they in Uttar Pradesh. Even then, they have to sustain Teni as a minister. Such a large party with such a small chicken heart is visible in Uttar Pradesh in BJP's campaign. As far as the small and large is concerned, open any newspaper, you will see massive ads of Bharatiya Janata Party. Not one responsible member of parliament from Bharatiya Janata Party or minister of the center or the state has responded on the tech fog. This is the greatest fraud on Indian democracy playing, which will result in fascism should it continue. But they will not respond because that gives them an advantage. That platforms such as ShareChat are compromised, as the article says, must be something that Election Commission has to look at. We are not worried. Our task is cut out. They have to tell to people that this unemployment, this price rise, this unfairness to the farmers is achhe din. We have to tell to the people that this is bure din. They are responsible. They have to tell to the people that nobody
let the BJP respond. Let the BJP respond to that. GVL boss Ghanshyam Tiwari is saying you're not going to respond to these charges of misinformation and using infrastructure, your digital infrastructure, in order to...
For them, this entire massive... Final point, this 100 times bigger infrastructure is geared towards propaganda. For us, it is just about telling the reality to people.
Your infrastructure is geared towards propaganda.
Follow me. I think Okay, I did not interject when others spoke, so please allow me that courtesy. Well, I think is the Samajwadi Party complaining about lack of enough funds? The recent raids have revealed the amount of cash, the kind of cash richness that Samajwadi Party has. And the Congress Party, the kind of propaganda machinery that Congress Party has in social media. And most of the time they use it only to berate the BJP and to spread lies against the BJP and the Prime Minister. So to claim that Congress and Samajwadi Party don't have the machinery, I think is a bogus charge, is a bogus claim.
I never claimed that.
Then coming to the issues in this election, it is the governance in Uttar Pradesh today which is the principal issue in this election, and people are experiencing a very, very fine governance in the last 5 years in Uttar Pradesh.
Also, GVL, Uttar Pradesh has a history where in the past 3 decades, if you look at it, doesn't repeat
that has
government.
given level playing field to everyone. That has developed every section of the society. I think, Paulami, you have to allow me to complete.
Okay.
You have 2 of them to make charges against BJP. Allow me to complete. I'll take a minute. So you see, in the last 5 years, people have seen what law and order maintenance in Uttar Pradesh can be. They have seen lawlessness, gundagardi, gunda raj in Samajwadi Party. And in the last 5 years, they have seen development for every section of the society. In the Samajwadi Party rule, it was development was only restricted to one class and one community.
The BJP is fighting on, and lawlessness of the Samajwadi Party is for everyone to see. As Supriya. Yes, make your point.
I will make a very small point to my friend GVL. इतना आपने विकास किया है, इतना development किया है, and still you have to borrow the roads from America, the airport from China, the pools and the dams from Andhra Pradesh and Bengal to show your development. You have to post half-page ads every day, get down to a level which is leading every day to do this. If you had really done development, then unemployment rate would not have gone up by 2.5% and almost 5 times for the youth of the state. Our average per capita income, 34 to 26 states that have been.
Please do not tell me work on development. Yes, what you have developed is hatred, and your development and your Sushasana was very visible when dead bodies were floating in the Ganges. It was very visible when the Chief Minister was saying, if you ask for oxygen, I will put an NSA. बेरोजगारी पे बात करोगे, तुम्हारी संपत्ति जब्त कर लूंगा. वो आपका governance model है.
Okay, the charge GVL both the Samajwadi Party and the Congress is making is of misinformation. Misinformation against the Bharatiya Janata Party, GVL.
Nice, absolutely nice.
No, you see, whatever be the issues in the election, the Congress Party is not in the field. But certainly they have every right to raise questions. Let me give you some statistics. In 5 years, 2.43 crore beneficiaries, farmers are receiving aid and assistance under PM Kisan. 2.43 crore beneficiaries. 1.5 crore people have received free gas cylinders. Let me complete. Let me state statistics. If you have the courage, listen. 1.5 families have received Ujjwala free gas connections, and 2.7 crore cylinders have been given free of cost. 80 lakh people have received, families have received electricity for the first time in history.
How is
What are these numbers?
Today?
14 crore people have received under Pradhan Mantri Garib Anna Kalyan Yojana. They have received free food grains during the COVID pandemic. No, these are statistics. These
are the statistics which are being given by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ghanshyam Tiwari, do you want to come in over there, because the Samajwadi Party is the primary challenger to the BJP in these elections in Uttar Pradesh? Ghanshyam Tiwari, those statistics that were just given by the Bharatiya Janata Party, how much of a challenge is that to the SP as it goes into these elections?
Well, GVLG just contradicted himself, and first sentence he said they are 100 times bigger party, and then suddenly says that no, they are equal players. That aside, he said in his own statement 2.4 crore farmer beneficiaries in Uttar Pradesh. That number does not exist. That's a fake number. You cannot find 2.4 crore. There are 3 crore rural families in Uttar Pradesh, 1 crore urban families in Uttar Pradesh. There aren't 2.4 crore families who have land ownership as rural families. The final point: when BJP came to power in 2017, petrol was 60 rupees. They are in power, it's over 100 rupees. If by accident they are elected again, it will be 200 rupees. Cylinder was 600 rupees. They are in power, now it's 1000 rupees. If they are accidentally elected, it will be 2000 rupees. If children were unemployed for five years, if they are accidentally elected, for next 10 years, you will see unemployment for the same students. The schools have not run for 2 years. You have not seen a single education minister of any state of BJP or even the national education minister express any point of view about why schools are shut and what are they doing. This is a government that has only one agenda. Modi ji mahan hai aur baki sab khatre mein hai.
Okay, let me take that across to the BJP. GVL, is this going to be a problem, not being able to campaign physically? Because Modi ji is your star campaigner. If he's not going to go out there and speak to the people till January 15th at least, is that going to damage your campaign?
Unless he misuses
not in the least, because we are a party. Our governance through the 5 years in Uttar Pradesh is the best advertisement for the BJP. Certainly during campaigns, every political party is out in the field to take their message. But our 5 years, I told you, I gave you the numbers. These are official numbers. 2.43 crore PM beneficiaries with each of their Aadhaar card and bank account number. This is not friction. This is not Congress government. This every beneficiary is a bona fide landowner.
Okay. You've put out the statistics, Supriya. Do you want to counter that? They're saying their work is going to speak for itself. They have nothing to worry about.
I have only one question to ask. GVL, my friend, somebody who has given you a reference sheet today has really made a fool out of you. Your numbers are entirely wrong. Just to place it on record here. There are Ghanshyam Tiwari is absolutely right.
No, this is no. Come on, you have been a journalist.
However, yes,
you have been a journalist.
GVL,
don't try to speak like an average Congress spokesperson.
GVL, please listen to me. I am a very average person. Let me just say something. आप जो तथाकथित किसानों को दे भी रहे हो ना, उनकी आपने जो खेती की लागत है, the average cost of farming has gone up by 20 to 25,000 rupees per hectare. Diesel, fertilizer, pesticides, farming equipment has all gone up. Forget about that. Huge price rise across India, including Uttar Pradesh. But there is only one thing that Uttar Pradesh is tonight asking you. Why is Ajay Mishra Teni, the man, son, put down farmers in
Lakhimpur in broad daylight, still the Union State Home Minister? That is the question that UP wants to know.
Is that going to hurt the BJP, GVL? Do you want to comment on that? Is that going to hurt the BJP? Because that's the campaign that the Congress and the SP are going to embark on. Ajay Mishra Teni continues in office.
Answer that question for me tonight. Moral courage dikhao. Sawal ka jawab do aap.
Okay, GVL, quickly.
First of all, I will come to that agriculture front. Our budget for agriculture is 5 times the budget that the Congress had when they left power in 2013-14. Our budget for agriculture is 5 times.
Absolutely
our procurement
wrong.
of food grains is, at least in the case of rice and wheat, it is more than double. These are numbers. This is all part of the budgetary and part of the official document. Congress party cannot lie about them. These are official numbers. And coming to the controversy this is a matter that is sub judice. It has nothing to do with the father. But the son is certainly Mishra's son is an accused in the case. Let the courts decide.
Okay.
How is
okay. So that is what the BJP is saying. Let the law take its own course. It's a matter that's sub judice. The people will, of course, eventually decide whether they want to hear the BJP, they want to hear the Congress, or they want to hear the Samajwadi Party, and who of all of these do they actually believe. Thank you so much to my guests for joining me this evening. That's all the time that we have on this debate. This is an ongoing debate because, well, we've just started out, hasn't it? The game has just begun. The election dates have been announced and they will, of course, kickstart on the 10th of February. Thank you so much for joining us.